Welcome back, everybody, to another deep dive. Generative AI, it's been everywhere lately, right? Headlines, even I'm sure some of you have played around with it a little bit. But today we're going to be talking about how businesses are actually using it and looking ahead at what the future might hold.
Yeah, it's exciting stuff.
Yeah.
And I'm happy to be here.
I'm excited to have you here. We're diving into the AI Decision Brief, which is a collection of insights from Microsoft leaders and their AI experts.
Great source.
So let's jump right in.
Okay.
First things first, we're talking about a platform shift with generative AI, right?
Yeah, this isn't just like a new app you download or, a new piece of software. It's a fundamental change, like when we all got on the internet or, when a mobile technology came along.
Okay, so I'm hearing platform shift and I'm hearing lightning speed.
Right.
So give me a sense of how fast is this really moving?
I think the best example is ChatGPT. It hit 100 million users in just 2 months.
Wow.
Okay, think about how long it took the internet to reach that many people.
Yeah.
7 years. So completely different pace of adoption.
Wow.
And a recent study from IDC, they found that 75% of businesses are now using generative AI.
Okay.
That's up from 55% in 2023.
So that's a pretty big jump.
Huge jump.
Yeah, okay.
And even the capabilities themselves, those are doubling like every 6 months.
Wow.
Which is much faster than Moore's Law, which said that computing power doubles every 2 years.
Okay, so the technology is accelerating at an unprecedented rate. But let's talk about the businesses themselves.
Right.
Where do they even begin with all of this? I mean, it can feel kind of overwhelming, right?
It can be, and that's why the brief outlines 5 stages of generative AI readiness.
Okay.
And so it's a roadmap, it helps businesses figure out where they stand and then what steps to take next.
Makes sense.
So it starts with exploring. That's what they're just dipping their toes in the water, starting to learn about the potential.
Testing it out.
Exactly.
What's next?
Then you move into planning.
Okay.
So they're starting to actually put together a strategy, like, okay, how are we going to do this? Then comes implementing, so they're actually putting these plans into action.
Okay.
And starting some pilot projects, maybe.
Yeah.
Then scaling. Right. So as they gain more experience, they're rolling it out more broadly across the organization.
Yeah.
And then finally realizing that's where they're seeing consistent, measurable value.
Okay. So it's a journey.
It is a journey.
Not a race.
Exactly.
Yeah. And knowing where you are in that journey is important.
Absolutely.
So you can make good decisions.
Right. And in the brief, they have an AI readiness assessment. So we'll put a link in the show notes so you can go and actually figure out where your organization stands today.
Awesome. I'll be taking that assessment myself.
Yeah.
Okay. So you know where you are. You've got your roadmap. You're ready to get started. Now what?
What are the key things businesses need to focus on?
Right. What should we be thinking about?
Well, that's where the 5 drivers of AI value come in.
5 drivers of AI value.
These are the areas businesses really have to address to get that ROI to unlock the real power.
Okay, so we need to unpack these 5 drivers.
Absolutely.
What's the first one?
Business strategy.
Okay, business strategy.
So this is about making sure your AI adoption isn't just about chasing the shiny new object,
Right.
You need to make sure it's really rooted in your specific business goals.
Right.
So what are you trying to achieve? How can AI help you get there? It's about being strategic and focused.
So it's not AI for AI's sake.
Exactly.
It's got to be aligned with what you're doing.
Right.
Okay, makes sense. What's next?
Technology and data strategy.
Okay.
And this is a big one because you can have the greatest strategy in the world.
Right.
But if you don't have the right data, if you don't have the infrastructure in place, it's not going to work.
It's like having a Ferrari with no gas.
Right.
You can't go anywhere.
So this is about data quality, making sure it's formatted properly, readily available. Can your systems handle the demands of running these applications at scale?
Data is the fuel.
It is.
Okay, what's number 3?
AI strategy and experience.
Okay, so AI strategy and experience.
And this is about building up your internal expertise and capabilities.
Okay.
Having the right people with the right skills, building those cross-functional teams, choosing the right AI models for the job.
Right.
It's about developing that competency within the organization.
Yeah, both on the technology side and the people using it.
Right, exactly.
All right, number 4.
Organization and culture.
Organization and culture.
Now, this one might seem a little soft.
Right, yeah.
But it's super important.
Yeah.
AI adoption is a major change.
It is.
For any organization. And it requires a shift in mindset and culture.
Yeah, it's one thing to bring in the technology, but getting people on board.
That's right.
That can be a challenge.
Absolutely. And so this driver is about, getting buy-in from leadership, establishing a clear operating model, and then managing that change effectively. You need to create an environment where people feel comfortable using it. They see it as a tool to help them, not replace them.
Empowering them.
Exactly. You got to break some old habits, adopt some new ways of working.
Yeah, okay.
So getting everyone on board.
Got it. Number 5.
AI governance.
AI governance.
Setting those guardrails.
Okay.
For responsible development and deployment.
And why are guardrails so important in AI?
Because it's like setting the rules of the road.
Okay.
You need to have clear processes, accountability, a framework for addressing things like data privacy, secure, ethical considerations.
Right.
It's about making sure AI is used for good.
Yeah.
And doesn't have any unintended consequences.
Right. It's powerful technology. You got to make sure you're using it responsibly.
Absolutely.
So 5 drivers, all kind of interconnected.
They are.
The brief talks about, managing all this effectively, and they recommend like a dedicated team, the AI Center of Excellence.
The COE, they call it.
The COE, okay.
Right, and that acts as the central nervous system for AI, brings people from different departments to make sure these 5 drivers are all aligned, making sure resources are used well.
Makes sense.
That the projects are actually contributing to the big picture, the strategy.
Okay, so I'm starting to get a clearer picture of how to approach this.
Yeah.
Think strategically, have the right infrastructure, build that culture of, AI readiness, making sure you're doing it responsibly.
Right.
But let's face it, implementing AI is not always easy.
No.
There are challenges.
Absolutely.
What are businesses struggling with?
Well, one of the biggest hurdles is just knowing where to start.
Yeah, I can see that.
Because there are so many possibilities.
Right.
It can feel overwhelming.
It can.
The brief advises, start with a specific business value or outcome you want. So what problem are you trying to solve?
Yeah.
How can AI help you make a real difference?
Okay, so have a goal in mind.
Exactly.
Don't just jump on the AI bandwagon without a destination.
Right. Another big challenge is the shortage of AI skills.
That makes sense.
The demand is way bigger than the supply right now.
Yeah.
And a lot of companies are struggling to find and keep people with the right expertise.
Right. AI is relatively new. It's constantly evolving.
It is.
So finding people who can keep up with that pace of change.
Right.
Yeah, that's got to be tough.
It is. And so they suggest, using real-world examples, hands-on experience, to upskill your existing employees, to just throw theory at them, show them how it applies to their day-to-day work.
Show them the value.
Exactly.
Okay. What else?
Security, of course.
Right, huge.
These systems are powerful, but they can also be vulnerable.
Yeah.
So prioritize security from the get-go.
Yeah, you don't want to unleash this powerful technology without the right controls in place.
Right? Build in safeguards.
Yeah.
Make sure your systems are protected from, being misused.
Okay.
And then there's the challenge of all the AI regulations.
Right.
It's a complex landscape that's still evolving.
That's a fast-moving target.
It is.
How do we stay ahead of the curve on that?
The brief really emphasizes the importance of staying informed about all the emerging regulations.
Okay.
And seek guidance.
Yeah.
From organizations like Microsoft that are really invested in responsible development.
Don't try to go it alone.
Exactly. Get some expert advice.
Stay informed.
Absolutely. And then finally, there's change management.
Yeah.
This isn't just a new piece of technology.
Right.
It's a fundamental shift in how we work.
It is, yeah.
So businesses have to manage this change effectively.
Right.
Address people's concerns, provide support.
Yeah.
Make sure everyone feels comfortable in this new environment.
Bring people along on the journey.
Right. It's about communicating clearly, addressing concerns, and making sure everyone understands the benefits and their role in this new world of work.
So platform shift, stages of readiness, the drivers, all the challenges.
Right.
Adopting AI successfully, it takes planning, strategic thinking, and that willingness to embrace change.
Absolutely.
But all the challenges, aside the brief, also talks about these companies that are doing it right.
Yeah.
The AI-rich companies?
Right.
What sets them apart?
They've really embraced this shift, and they're seeing tangible results.
Okay.
They're not just experimenting, they're operationalizing AI.
Right.
They're weaving it into the fabric of their businesses.
They're not just dipping their toes in the water, they're diving in head first.
Exactly. And they're getting results.
Yeah.
The brief says they're realizing almost 4 times the value from their AI investments compared to those just starting out.
4 times the value. That's significant. What's their secret sauce?
One key thing is they prioritize those early successes.
Mm-hmm.
They know they have to demonstrate the value quickly to build momentum for further investment.
Like proving it out.
Exactly. Right. They also understand it's not just about the technology, it's about the people. Getting that buy-in from leadership.
Right.
Investing in training and development.
Okay.
Bringing people along.
Yeah, make them feel like part of the solution.
Exactly. Another characteristic, they have a deep understanding of what it takes to develop AI solutions.
Right.
They involve the business users in the design process. They prioritize data quality. They think about security risk management. They're thinking holistically about how to integrate AI responsibly.
They're thinking about the big picture.
They are. They also understand the importance of demonstrating that value quickly.
Right.
They're always looking for ways to measure the impact.
Right.
Show that it's delivering real business value.
Right. Make the case for it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And the results can be pretty incredible.
Yeah.
They're seeing an average return on investment of 370%.
Wow.
And some top performers are hitting 1,000%.
1,000% ROI.
Yes.
That's amazing. Really underscores the potential here.
It does.
When it's done right.
It's not just about doing things better, it's about doing things differently.
Right.
Things that weren't even possible before.
I'm inspired. I want to up my AI game.
Yeah.
What's next for generative AI? Who are the key players shaping this future?
The brief highlights 4 main groups.
Okay.
You got your startups, software development companies,
okay,
co-innovation labs.
All right.
And research organizations.
So they're each playing a unique role in all of this.
They are.
Okay, let's start with startups. They're often seen as the disruptors, the ones not afraid to shake things up.
They are.
How are they shaping AI?
Well, startups, a lot of them are born in the cloud, so AI is part of their DNA from the very beginning.
Okay.
And they're not burdened by legacy systems or traditional ways of thinking.
Right.
So they can move fast, they experiment, and they really push the boundaries.
They're like the speedboats.
Yes.
In the world of AI.
Very agile.
Nimble, navigating uncharted water.
Exactly. And a lot of them are focused on using AI to augment human capabilities, not replace them.
Okay.
They see AI as a partner, a collaborator.
Right.
So it's humans and machines working together.
Yeah, not humans versus machines.
Right, exactly. And they're rethinking those traditional structures,
Okay.
how we manage, how we organize.
Yeah.
AI is becoming a team member, a collaborator.
Right.
Working alongside human colleagues.
And they're disrupting whole industries.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
They're leveraging AI to create new products, new services, and really challenge the status quo.
They're the ones to watch to see where AI might take us.
They are.
They're the trailblazers.
Exactly.
Okay, let's move on to the software development companies. They have a slightly different role.
Yeah, they bring a wealth of industry expertise to the table.
Okay.
They've spent years building solutions to meet specific industry needs.
Right.
They're perfectly positioned to develop sophisticated AI applications.
They've got that deep understanding of the problems and the technical expertise to build the solution.
Exactly. And they have access to massive amounts of data.
Right.
Which is essential for training.
What is?
And refining those models.
It's fuel.
It is the fuel. And they often have the resources and infrastructure to scale these solutions really quickly.
Right.
So they can take a great AI idea, turn it into a product or service that can impact millions of people.
They're driving that widespread adoption.
They are.
Bringing AI to businesses all over the world.
Yes.
How are they specifically shaping the future?
The brief highlights 3 key ways.
Okay.
They're empowering teams to do more with less.
Okay.
They're shortening those product development cycles.
Right.
And they're democratizing industry expertise.
Okay, let's break those down.
Okay.
What does it mean to empower teams to do more with less?
So think about industries like healthcare where they're facing those staff shortages.
Okay.
They're creating tools to automate tasks, provide insights, and help healthcare professionals make better decisions.
Right.
So it's freeing them up to focus on patient care.
Right. So it's taking those, repetitive tasks off their shoulders so they can focus on what matters most.
Exactly.
Yep.
In industry like manufacturing, they're using AI to accelerate those product development cycles.
Okay.
Help designers and engineers work more efficiently.
Right.
And get those products to market faster.
In a world where speed is key.
It is. And then democratizing expertise.
Okay, what does that look like in practice?
This is about making that specialized knowledge more accessible to businesses and organizations.
Right.
So they're embedding their expertise into AI applications, essentially making AI smarter and more tailored to specific needs.
Right.
So they're leveling the playing field, giving smaller businesses access to these powerful tools that previously only big companies could afford.
Okay, so they're making AI less intimidating.
Right.
More approachable.
Exactly.
Tailoring it to those different needs.
Absolutely.
All right, startups, software development companies, co-innovation labs.
Yes.
They're a bit of a different breed.
Yeah, they're all about collaboration.
Okay.
Bringing together technical experts, industry specialists, businesses with real-world challenges.
Okay.
To develop and refine solutions.
Yeah.
So it's a space for experimentation, rapid prototyping, creative problem solving.
It's like the melting pot of the AI world.
It is.
Bringing together all that expertise to create something new.
Exactly.
Okay, how are they shaping the future?
The brief highlights 3 things.
Okay.
Identifying best practices.
All right.
improving customer experiences,
Okay.
and demonstrating ROI.
So how are they identifying best practices?
Because they're working with so many different companies on so many different projects,
Okay.
they're able to see those patterns,
Right.
identify the common challenges,
Yeah.
and develop those best practices that others can then benefit from.
Okay.
So they're creating this body of knowledge.
Right. Learning from each other.
Right.
Creating a more efficient path for others.
Exactly.
Okay. What about improving customer experiences?
You know, AI has the potential to really transform how businesses interact with their customers.
Yeah.
It can personalize things,
Uh-huh.
streamline processes, provide more responsive support.
Right.
And so co-innovation labs are helping businesses use AI to improve satisfaction and loyalty.
So making AI work for people,
Yes.
not just businesses.
Exactly. And then the final one, demonstrating ROI.
Okay.
You know, that's a major hurdle for a lot of businesses.
It is.
It can be difficult to prove that AI is worth the investment.
Yeah.
So the labs help develop solutions that are measurable, trackable,
Okay.
and tied to those business outcomes.
Okay. So they're helping to de-risk AI adoption a little bit.
Exactly.
Give businesses the confidence to invest.
Right.
Okay. That's co-innovation labs, the final group, research organizations.
Right.
They're the ones pushing those boundaries of what's even possible.
They are. They're at the forefront of AI advancement.
Yeah.
Exploring new technologies, developing algorithms,
Right.
you know, creating that foundational knowledge that underpins everything we see today.
They're the dreamers,
They are.
the visionaries.
Exactly.
Okay. How are they shaping the future?
They're innovating with models.
Okay.
They're addressing global issues.
Right.
And they're perfecting human-AI interaction.
Okay. So starting with those models.
They're always developing new ones that are more efficient, more accurate,
Right.
more capable of handling those complex tasks.
Okay.
You know, they're pushing the limits of what's achievable,
Yeah.
like developing models that can predict the weather thousands of times faster
Wow.
than traditional methods.
That's incredible.
It is.
What about addressing global issues?
AI has the potential to help us solve some of the biggest problems facing humanity.
Right.
You know, from climate change to disease, poverty, inequality.
Yeah.
And so research organizations are figuring out how to use AI
Okay.
to create sustainable solutions,
Uh-huh.
improve healthcare outcomes,
Right.
and create a more just and equitable world.
So it's not just about profit. It can be used for good.
Exactly.
That's inspiring.
It is.
That these brilliant minds are focused on making the world a better place.
Right.
Okay, finally perfecting human-AI interaction.
You know, one of the big challenges is making sure AI is used responsibly,
Of course.
ethically. So
Yeah.
they're studying these interactions,
Okay.
how humans perceive it,
Right.
how they trust it,
Yeah.
identifying potential risks,
Uh-huh.
and developing guidelines to make sure it benefits humanity.
So they're building better relationships.
They are.
Between us and the machines.
Exactly.
Making sure AI is a force for good, not a threat to our values or our way of life.
Right. They're thinking long term about the implications and making sure it's used in a way that benefits everyone.
Okay, so we've covered a lot in this first part.
We have.
The platform shift, stages of readiness, the drivers, the challenges, the opportunity, all those innovators shaping the future.
Right.
But there's one more element that I think is crucial.
Trust.
Trust.
Absolutely foundational when it comes to AI.
It is.
It's essential for building confidence, encouraging adoption,
Right.
making sure it's used ethically.
And the brief talks about Microsoft's commitment to building this trustworthy AI, especially when it comes to security, privacy, and safety.
Yeah, those are the three pillars.
The three pillars.
You know, and they're interconnected.
Okay.
Security, making sure the systems are protected,
Uh-huh.
privacy, safeguarding the data,
Right.
and safely encompasses both, but also extends to making sure they operate reliably
Right.
and in a way that aligns with our values.
So they're taking a multifaceted approach
They are.
to building trust, focusing on the technical stuff
Right.
and the human element.
Right. They talk about securing systems by design, by default in their operations.
Okay.
And they emphasize transparency,
Right.
explainability,
Uh-huh.
and accountability.
Yeah.
You know, making sure people understand how these systems work,
How-
how those decisions are made,
Right.
who's responsible.
Right. So being really upfront and open about it all.
They are, and they highlight their responsible AI principles,
Okay.
things like fairness, inclusiveness, reliability,
Okay.
and they even have an AI for Good initiative that uses AI to address global challenges like sustainability
Right.
and accessibility.
It's great to see a company taking these issues seriously.
It is.
Putting the effort in to make sure AI benefits society.
It's a reminder that we all have a responsibility
We do.
to shape the future of this technology
Yeah.
and make sure it's used for good.
Right. Building trust is an ongoing process.
It is.
We have to be vigilant, communicate openly,
Yeah.
be willing to learn and adapt.
Absolutely.
All of us involved in AI need to make this a priority.
It's not just checking boxes. It's
Yeah.
about that culture of responsibility, transparency, and ethical decision-making
Yeah.
throughout the whole life cycle.
It's about those conversations about the risks
Right.
and benefits.
Absolutely.
So we can shape the future of AI together.
It is a shared responsibility.
It is.
Requires that collaboration.
Yeah.
Across all sectors of society.
All right. Well, we covered a lot of ground in this first part.
A lot.
The platform shift, stages of readiness, the drivers, the challenges and opportunities, the people who are shaping the future.
It's a lot.
And the importance of trust.
Yeah.
We've just scratched the surface, though.
We have. Welcome back to our deep dive on generative AI. So last time we kind of set the stage right, talking about that platform shift and those 5 stages of readiness and those key drivers. Now let's get into the nitty-gritty. Let's see how businesses are actually using it to get stuff done.
I'm excited for this. The brief's full of these really cool case studies that show how companies are using AI, to solve problems and improve efficiencies and even transform whole industry. So let's jump in.
Okay, so one of the examples that really stood out to me was this company, Dentsu. They're a global advertising and media company.
Okay.
And, they were struggling with data analysis. It was slow, it was complex, took up a lot of time.
Yeah, I can relate to that. Data analysis can feel like a giant jigsaw puzzle sometimes. Lots of pieces, and it's tough to see the full picture.
Exactly. So what they did was they created a predictive analytics agent using Microsoft's AI tools.
Okay, I think we talked about AI agents a little bit before, but remind me what those are.
Yeah, so basically think of them as really smart digital assistants. They can gather info, learn from data, and even take action on your behalf.
Okay, so it's like having an AI assistant that can analyze data for you.
Pretty much, yeah.
That sounds pretty useful. So what kind of impact did this have on Dentsu?
They said their employees are saving, 15 to 30 minutes every day on things like summarizing chats and creating presentations.
Okay.
But the big one is they saw a 90% reduction in the time it takes to generate those media insights.
90%, that's a game changer.
It is. And
Okay.
It's not just about speed, right? It's about freeing up those creative minds so they can focus on the important stuff.
Right, so instead of getting bogged down in data, you can spend more time actually being creative and coming up with those big ideas. Okay, so Dentsu using AI to become more efficient and more creative. What else? What other companies are out there doing cool stuff with AI?
There's a financial services company in Mexico called Credit Club, and they had this challenge that, a lot of businesses with multiple locations face.
Yeah, I bet.
How do you keep everything consistent across different branches?
Right, like maintaining quality and making sure everyone's following the same procedures.
Exactly. They had over 150 branches, so they needed to streamline their audit process.
Okay, makes sense. So what do they do?
They built an AI-powered system using Azure infrastructure and services.
So they brought in AI to optimize their operations.
Exactly, and it worked. Not only did they optimize the audit process, they also reduced costs. But here's the interesting thing. It freed up 1,600 hours per day for their sales advisors and branch managers.
1,600 hours per day. That's incredible. What are they doing with all that extra time?
They're spending it on things that really matter. Interacting with customers, building relationships, giving personalized advice.
So it's like the AI is handling the busy work, and the humans are free to do what they do best, connect with other people. I love that. It seems like a lot of these success stories are about using AI to streamline things and become more efficient.
Yeah, it's a common theme.
The brief talks about Eaton, this global power management company. They were drowning in SOPs, standard operating procedures.
Thousands of them.
Thousands. Yeah, that's a lot of paperwork.
It was, and just managing all that documentation, it was a huge headache for them.
I bet. So what did they do?
They embraced Microsoft 365 Copilot.
Copilot. We keep hearing about this. It seems like it's everywhere these days.
It is.
So what did Eaton use it for?
They used it to automate the creation of 1,000 SOPs.
1,000. Wow. Okay, so how much time did this actually save them?
Well, they said Copilot reduced the creation time from an hour per SOP down to 10 minutes.
10 minutes. That's amazing.
It's a complete transformation of how they work. They estimated that Copilot saved them over 650 hours.
Wow. So that's time they can now spend on, strategic initiatives, innovation, growth. That's the beauty of AI, right? Freeing up time and resources so you can focus on what matters. Okay, so those time-saving benefits aren't just for, operations. The brief also mentions how AI can boost employee productivity. It talks about the British Columbia Investment Management Corporation. They were looking for ways to make people more productive and improve job satisfaction, but also, stay secure and compliant.
It's a tough balance.
It is. So how did they pull it off?
They used Microsoft 365 Copilot along with Azure OpenAI service.
Okay, so they're using AI tools to help people work smarter.
Exactly. And they reported a 10 to 20% boost in employee productivity.
Wow, that's impressive.
It is. It is.
So this isn't just about, working faster. It's about working smarter.
Right.
And it sounds like it made people happier, too, more engaged.
Yeah, because they're freed up to focus on those higher value tasks, the things that require, human creativity and problem solving.
It's about making work more enjoyable, not just more efficient.
Exactly. And the brief also mentions Canadian Tire Corporation. They're a big retail company up in Canada.
Okay, yeah, I've heard of them.
They were looking for ways to improve both the customer experience and employee satisfaction.
Those are two big goals.
They are, but they managed to do it with AI. They implemented intelligent digital assistants using Azure AI.
Okay, so AI is helping out both the customers and the employees.
Exactly. And it was a win-win situation. The digital assistants help streamline things, automate tasks, give people quick access to information.
Okay.
So employee productivity went up, and customers had a more personalized and engaging experience.
So they found a way to be both efficient and customer-centric.
They did. And it shows that AI can really improve the experience for everyone involved, from the frontline workers to the customers themselves.
Yeah, I love that. Okay, so we've got Dentsu Credit Club Eaton, British Columbia Investment Management Corporation,
Yes.
Canadian Tire Corporation,
Yep.
all using AI to do some pretty amazing things.
They are, and the brief is packed with stories like this. Another one that really stood out to me was Dow, a global leader in materials science. They were facing a challenge with managing costs and efficiency within their supply chain.
Oh, supply chain management.
It can be a beast.
It can be, yeah.
And they were dealing with billing inaccuracies and overcharges.
Oof, sounds expensive.
It was, and so they turned to
Copilot.
You got it.
It really is everywhere.
It is.
So how did Copilot save the day this time?
Well, it helped them significantly reduce errors and streamline their billing process, made their supply chain way more efficient.
Okay, and what did that translate to in terms of savings?
They're projecting millions of dollars in cost savings in the first year alone.
Millions of dollars.
Millions. It's a real testament to the power of AI.
Yeah, it's not just a cool technology. It can have a real impact on a company's bottom line. But, it wasn't just about the money. They also saw time savings, streamlined workflows, increased productivity. It seems like a ripple effect of good stuff throughout the company.
It really is. AI can impact every aspect of a business.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, I'm ready for another one. Hit me with another inspiring AI success story.
Okay, how about Teladoc Health? They're a leader in telehealth. They were growing like crazy and had acquired several companies, which, can be a challenge to integrate.
Oh, yeah. Managing all those different systems and processes, that sounds like a nightmare.
It can be, especially when you're growing that fast.
So how did they use AI to smooth things out?
Microsoft 365 Copilot.
Of course. Seems like the solution to everything these days.
It's a pretty versatile tool.
Okay, so how did it help Teladoc?
They used it to automate tasks, streamline onboarding, improve communication, really helped bring some order to all that chaos.
So what kind of impact did it have on the company?
They saw a big boost in efficiency, faster response times, and a smoother onboarding process. But the most important thing they said was they saw a noticeable improvement in employee satisfaction.
That's what it's all about, right? Making work better for people. And, happy employees usually means happy customers.
Exactly. It's all connected.
Okay, so these case studies, they really paint a picture of how AI is being used right now, across different industries. It's solving problems. It's creating value.
And it's not just about efficiency.
Right. It's about innovation. It's about customer satisfaction. It's about empowering employees.
Absolutely. And the exciting thing is that we're just getting started with AI. The potential to transform the way we work and live, it's truly mind-boggling.
It really is both exciting and, maybe a little bit scary. Like, we're watching a technological revolution happening in real time.
We are, and we need to make sure we're using this power wisely.
Responsibly.
Responsibly, yeah. As AI gets more sophisticated, we need to be really thoughtful about trust, transparency, and ethics.
You're right. Those are important conversations to have.
They are.
Okay, well, let's take a quick break, and then we'll come back and explore the future potential of AI. We'll talk about the innovators, the researchers pushing the boundaries of what's possible. Welcome back to the final part of our generative AI deep dive. We've explored the current landscape, the challenges, the inspiring successes, and now it's time to look ahead and see what the future holds.
The fun part.
Yeah. The AI decision brief doesn't just stop at what's happening today. It ventures into the realm of possibilities. Those cutting-edge developments that hint at how AI might reshape our world.
It is exciting to think about, but what's so cool is that the brief angers these future possibilities in the work that innovators and researchers are doing right now.
Yeah.
So these aren't just, pie in the sky ideas. They're glimpses into a future that's closer than we might think.
I'm ready. Give me a glimpse into the future.
Okay, one project that really caught my eye was the 3D replica of St. Peter's Basilica.
Okay.
They used advanced photogrammetry and AI, all powered by Azure AI Foundry, to create what's called a digital twin of this architectural masterpiece.
A digital twin.
Yeah.
Explain it to me like I'm 5.
Okay, imagine a perfect interactive 3D model of the basilica, so detailed that you can zoom in and see every brushstroke on the paintings, every intricate carving on the sculptures.
Wow.
It's like being there in person, but you can explore it from your computer anywhere in the world.
I could see how that would be amazing for education.
Right.
Students could take virtual field trips to historical sites, explore ancient ruin.
Exactly.
Or even walk through the human body.
It opens up incredible opportunities for learning and cultural preservation.
Yeah.
Imagine being able to experience these places in a way that was previously impossible.
It's like having a virtual time machine.
It is.
A teleportation device, all in one. What other glimpses into the future did you find?
Another fascinating project is Khan Miko, an AI-powered teaching assistant developed by Khan Academy.
I've heard of Khan Academy.
Yeah, so it's built using Azure AI and Azure OpenAI service, and it's designed to personalize learning, give students real-time feedback, and help teachers create more engaging lessons.
So personalized learning has been a buzzword in education for years now. Could AI be the key to finally making it a reality?
It could be, imagine a world where every student has an AI tutor that tailors lessons to their individual needs, learning style and pace.
Yep.
It could help students who are struggling to catch up while also challenging advanced students to go further.
Right.
It could make learning more engaging and effective for everyone.
That's an exciting thought. It's about creating a more equitable and accessible education system, one that empowers every student to reach their full potential.
And that's what we want, right?
Yeah. Okay, so education, what about the future of work? How's AI going to change the way we work?
Well, the brief talks about this shift from AI as a tool to AI as a collaborator.
We've seen hints of this already, like with Copilot,
right?
But it sounds like we're just scratching the surface.
Imagine a world where every employee has an AI assistant that helps them manage their workload, prioritize tasks, make better decisions. AI could handle those routine, repetitive tasks, freeing up our time and energy for those things that require uniquely human skills, creativity, critical thinking, problem solving, empathy.
Right. So it's not humans versus robots. It's humans augmented by AI. We become more efficient, more effective, more fulfilled.
Exactly. And it's not just about individual productivity. AI could revolutionize the way teams collaborate and innovate.
Yeah, how so?
Imagine AI-powered tools that help teams brainstorm ideas, analyze data, make better decisions together.
It's like a fusion of human and artificial intelligence.
Right. Harnessing the power of collective intelligence to create something really remarkable.
Yeah, but it's not just about business or productivity. The brief also talks about how AI can be used to tackle some of the world's biggest challenges.
Absolutely. One example is Shelfler, a global manufacturing company. They're using AI to identify the most impactful ways to reduce their carbon footprint, helping them create a more sustainable business model. It's a reminder that AI can be a force for good, not just a tool for profit.
Right. Using technology to address the challenges that matter most, like climate change, and creating a more sustainable future for everyone.
Another great example is Albert Heijn, the largest supermarket chain in the Netherlands.
Okay.
They're using AI to create a more personalized shopping experience for their customers while also reducing food waste.
How do they do that?
Their AI system analyzes data to recommend products that customers are more likely to enjoy, helping them make healthier choices while also minimizing the amount of food that ends up in landfills.
It's like a win-win-win. It is happier customers, healthier eating habits, and less waste.
Exactly. And the brief also highlights the work of Microsoft's AI for Good Lab, which is dedicated to using AI to solve some of the world's toughest problems.
I love that.
One project that stood out to me is ChatCare, an AI-powered chatbot that provides mental health support in Kenya, where access to mental health services is limited.
Wow, that's amazing, using AI to bridge that gap and provide support to people who might not otherwise have it.
It really shows the potential of AI to make a difference in people's lives.
Yeah, so as we wrap up our deep dive into the AI decision brief, it's clear that generative AI is more than just a technological advancement. It's a cultural shift, a societal transformation that will touch every aspect of our lives.
I think that's a great way to put it.
It's a force that has the potential to reshape industries, redefine work, and help us address some of humanity's biggest challenges.
For sure.
But it's up to us to ensure that this powerful technology is developed and used responsibly, ethically, and in a way that benefits all of humanity.
Couldn't agree more.
The AI decision brief is more than just a report. It's a call to action, an invitation to join the conversation, and to help shape the future of AI in a way that aligns with our values and our vision for a better world.
It's a reminder that we all have a role to play in making sure that AI is a force for good.
It is, and it's a future worth striving for. We encourage you to check out the AI decision brief for yourself, delve into those compelling case studies, and start thinking about how you can use AI to create a better future for your business, your community, and the world.
Great advice.
Thank you for joining us on this journey into the world of generative AI. It's been a fascinating conversation.
It has.
And I'm excited to see what the future holds.
Me too.